Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Shodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parvajrakacharya Astarasata Sri Srimadis Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Gaur Premananda Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, Lord Krishna shows the universal form. Text 24. Yarhi Angana Darshaniya Kumara Lilav Antar Vraje Tad Abala Pragrahita Puchchahai Vatsayar Itas Tata Ubav Anukrishyamana Pregshaniya Ujita Griha Jahrishur Hasyantaha Yarhangana Darshaniya Yad Angana Darshaniya Kumara Lilav Antar Vrajay Tadabala Pragrahita Puchchai Vatsayaritas-tata ubhavana krishyamano Prekshaniya ujita griha jakrishur hasantya Yar angana darshaniya kumara lilav Antar Vrajay Tadabala Pragrahita Puchchahai Vatsayaritas Tata Ubhavanu Krishyamano Prekshaniya Ujita Griha Jahrishur Hasantyaha Yaryangana Darshaniya Kumara Lilav Antar Vrajeta Bala Pragrahita Puchchai Vatsaritas Tata Ubhavanu Krishyamano Prekshaniya Ujita Griha Jakrishur Hasantyaha Angana Darshaniya Kumara Lila Targrahita Bala Pragrahita Puchchai Vatsaritas Tata Ubhavana Krishyamano Darshaniya Kumara Lila Antar Vijay Tata Bala Pragrahita Puchchai Saritas Tata Bala Anakrishyamano Yarangana Darshaniya Kumara Lila Antar Vrajeta Bala Pragrahita Puchchai Vatsaritas Tata Bhavana Krishyamano Vaishnavis. Angana Darshaniya Kumara Lila Antar Vijay Bala Pragrahita Puchchai Shamano Prekshaniya Pativa Santya Prekshantya Ujita Griha Jashashur Hasantya Yarhi when Angana Darshaniya visible only to the ladies within the house. Kumara Lila the pastimes Sri Krishna and Balaram exhibited as children. Anta Vraje within the inside of Vraja, in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Tat, at that time, Abalaha, all the ladies, Pragrahita Puchchai, the ends of their tails having been caught by Krishna and Balaram. Vatsahai, by the calves. Ita tataha, here and there. Ubao, both Krishna and Balaram. Anakrishyamano, being dragged. Prekshantya, seeing such things. Ujita, given up. Griha, their household affairs. Jahishu, enjoyed very much. Hasantya, while laughing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Within the house of Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd ladies would enjoy seeing the pastimes of the babies Rama and Krishna. The babies would catch the ends of the calves' tails, and the calves would drag them here and there. When the ladies saw these pastimes, they certainly stopped their household activities and laughed and enjoyed the incidents. Please repeat. Within the house of Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd ladies would enjoy seeing the pastimes of the babies Rama and Krishna. The babies would catch the ends of the calves' tails, and the calves would drag them here and there. When the ladies saw these pastimes, they certainly stopped their household activities and laughed and enjoyed the incidents. Purport. While crawling in curiosity, Krishna and Balaram would sometimes catch the ends of the tails of calves. The calves, feeling that someone had caught them, would begin to flee here and there, and the babies would hold on very tightly, being afraid of how the calves were moving. The calves, seeing that the babies were holding them tightly, would also become afraid. Then the ladies would come to rescue the babies and gladly laugh. This was their enjoyment. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. The verse again. Within the house of Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd ladies would enjoy seeing the pastimes of the babies Rama and Krishna. The babies would catch the ends of the calves' tails, and the calves would drag them here and there. When the ladies saw these pastimes, they certainly stopped their household activities and laughed and enjoyed the incidents. So today, if some ladies saw something like that going on in their neighborhood, they would get out their smartphones, video it, put it up on their Facebook page, get 1 million hits. But in a sense, that's what's happened here. These pastimes actually happened, and they weren't posted on Facebook homepage, but they were recorded by Srila Vyasadeva in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and thousands of years later, we're still relishing these pastimes. Millions of people all over the world are relishing these pastimes, either in the Srimad Bhagavatam or Srila Prabhupada's Krishna book, where these same pastimes are also explained in a summary way. So here, the devotees who are relishing these pastimes are in Vatsalya Rasa, the parental relationship with Krishna. Everyone has some relationship with Krishna, ultimately. Jivara Srupahoy, Krishnara Nityadas, Lord Chaitanya says, each soul by constitution is the eternal servant of Krishna, and one can be a servant of Krishna in different flavors or rasas. There are 5 principal rasas or flavors of relationships with Krishna. There is Shantaras, which is the relationship of passive adoration. And beyond that, there is Dasyaras, the relationship of active service. Beyond that, there is Sakyaras, the relationship of friendship. Beyond that, there is the Vatsalya Rasa, the parental relationship. And beyond that, there is Madhurya Rasa, the relationship of conjugal love. We could think about these things. Say first Shantaras. We could imagine there is some person who really adores some pop star or sports figure, something like that. They don't have any personal relationship with the object of their adoration. They just always want to see them and hear them and put their picture up in their room, that sort of thing. But we could imagine that such a person might become somehow or other, by good fortune, employed by the pop star as their driver or secretary or bodyguard or something. And then they have a relationship of service, which is more in the mood of dasyaras. And then we can imagine that after some years of service, the pop star might say to the driver, say, would you like to go out for dinner or something like that? Develop a friendly relationship, not a kind of master-servant relationship, but more of a relationship between equals. And then perhaps after many years of friendship, the driver or the secretary would start feeling very protective towards the pop star and try to be very concerned about them and very protective and very nourishing, trying to behave in a superior way to the pop star. Now, the pop star might not like that. That's a possibility. The pop star might say, hey, look, we're just friends. Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mother. You're not my father. But the pop star might agree to take an inferior position and be mothered or fathered, by the person. And then it may even go further to lover and beloved. So these relationships are there. It's described that, by the Goswamis, that with each rasa, it contains the other previous rasas within it. So the Madhurya Ras would contain all of the elements of the previous rasas. But here, specifically, we're hearing about the Vatsalya Rasa, the parental relationship. And the parents take pleasure in the activities of Krishna and Balarama, not just the parents, the devotees who are fulfilling the role as parents, Nanda and Yashoda, Rohini in the case of Balaram, but also the other elderly or superior types of ladies and men in the neighborhood. They have that same kind of parental feeling towards child Krishna and child Balaram. And we see a reflection of this in the material world. The activities of young children are very attractive, but there's a difference between what's being enjoyed by Nanda and Yashoda and the pleasure that is enjoyed by a parent, child in this world. Stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Dehinosmin yata dehe karmaram yovanam jara tata dehantara prapti diras tatra namuyate. It means in the material world, the body is different than the self. And the body of a child in this material world becomes older and older until at the end of old age, the soul is forced to leave the body and it must take another body. But Krishna's Balya Leela are not like that. They're part of Krishna's Nitya Leela. It's a little bit, in some sense, incomprehensible to understand. It's not so easy to understand. But in his Balma Leela and his pastimes within the material universes, Krishna displays pastimes in different ages: Balya, Pauganda, Kaishora, and Yovana. So Balya means between the time of birth and maybe 4 or 5 years old. So we've been hearing in this part of the Bhagavatam about that part of Krishna's Leela that he's displaying. From the time of his appearance to now, he's crawling around and he's going to be standing and moving around. This is all part of the Balya Leela. And then Pauganda means from 5 up to around 10, where Krishna will be learning how to herd the cows and going out to the forest with his friends. And then Kaishora means basically the teenage years, from 10 to 15 or so. And then Yavana means from 16 to 20, 24, that age. And a normal person goes further than that. Kamaram Yovanam Jara. Yes, you go through your Kamara phase, your boyhood, Yovana, youth, but then comes Jara. Now, Krishna stayed on the planet for 125 years. It's stated by Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas. But he never went past the stage of Yovana. He always appeared youthful. It's stated in the Brahma Samhita, Adya Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha. Although Krishna is the oldest personality, he's Navayavana, always appearing newly youthful. So, in his Leela, Krishna never, although he goes through these stages of Balya, Pauganda, and Kaishori, he never goes beyond Yovana, Nava Yovana, just becoming a youth. Now, it's explained by Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami how Krishna's pastimes within the material universes are Nitya Leela. He explained it's kind of like, Lord Chaitanya explained to Sanatana Goswami, it's kind of like the sun going through the different signs of the zodiac. The sun enters one sign of the zodiac, then it leaves it, but it goes to another sign of the zodiac, and then to another sign of the zodiac. So within the material world, there are countless numbers of universes, and Lord Chaitanya explained that when Krishna, a pastime of Krishna is finished in this universe, it takes place in another universe, and then another universe, and so on, so that it's always going on, and therefore it's called Nitya Leela. Never stops. So our childhood pastimes are not like that. We each had our, you could say, childhood activities when we were 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years old, and those are gone. But Krishna's childhood pastimes are not like that. They're always going on. They're Nitya Leela. So we're hearing now in the Srimad Bhagavatam about these things, and the whole, we've been reading, the Srimad Bhagavatam for many years now. These Bhagavatam classes have been going on in New Dwarka for, continually for years and years. I don't know how many years ago it was that we started the first canto. Anybody recall how long it's taken us? But after many years, now we've finally come to the ripened fruit of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And we're meant to be really attracted by these things. Dharma svanushtita pumsa vishvaksena katasuyat nodpadiyat yadiratim shrama evi kevalam. It's stated, one may be performing so many duties, but if as a result of those duties one doesn't become attracted to hearing the pastimes, the actual pastimes of the Supreme Lord, Krishna, when he appears in this world, then all one's so-called duties are a waste of time. Shrama eva kevalam. You're just busying yourself without any purpose. So, we've come to this point of hearing directly the pastimes of Lord Krishna. After 9 cantos of preparation, we're finally entering into Krishna's Leela. And here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we're getting some of Krishna's Balya Leela. There's some things are also described in other Gaudiya Vaishnava literatures. There's one such literature, the Ananda Vrindavan Champu by Kavi Karnapur. He was the son of Shivananda Sain. He was a devotee of Lord Chaitanya. And he wrote this book, which basically is a presentation of Krishna Leela as given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, but with some additional details. For example, he describes how Krishna would crawl out onto the porch of Nanda Maharaja's palace, and the door frame had jewels in it. And in the jewels, he could see reflections of the birds, that were flying around the doorway. And little Krishna would he'd see the reflections of the birds and the jewels, and he'd try to touch them. That's described. And also it's described how one of the elderly cowherd women, Mukara, would, to sort of tease Krishna a little bit and have fun with him, would have him go and get different things. Oh, go bring that clay pot, or go bring that drinking cup, or go bring that little table or little chair. And Krishna would dutifully follow the instructions if it was a little bit heavy, he'd carry it a little bit, set it down, rest a little bit, but finally bring it. And then the other cowherd ladies would say to little Krishna, "You're the king's son. You're Nanda Maharaja's son. This isn't proper for you to be doing these things." So there are these descriptions of Krishna's Balya Leela, which enchanted the residents of Vrindavan. And then 500 years ago, Lord Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya, and in the Chaitanya Charitamrita we can similarly find descriptions of Lord Chaitanya's Balya Leela. Of course, Lord Chaitanya is none other than Krishna, the same son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, but appearing this time as the son of Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we find descriptions of Lord Chaitanya's Balya Leela, at a similar age, this crawling age and first stumbling, walking age. And on one occasion, Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata saw some footprints in their house. And the little footprints had the signs of Vishnu on them: the conch, the lotus, the flag, the thunderbolt, the disc. And they were wondering, who made these footprints? And Jagannath Mishra had an idea. He's saying, well, maybe what's happening is our child, Nimai, is playing with Shalagram Shila, and the Shalagram Shila has taken the form of a child to play with our Nimai, and Shalagram Shila, which those of you who don't know, Shalagram Shila is a sacred stone that has usually a mark of Vishnu on it. It's worshipped in the homes of Brahmanas. So Jagannath Mishra had one of these Shalagram Shilas that he would worship in his home. But it's considered to be a deity, just like we have the deities on the altar here. The Shalagram Shila is also considered to be a deity, form of Krishna. And he thought, okay, the Shalagram Shila is personifying himself as a child to play with our Nimai, and he's leaving the footprints. But then one day, Sachi Mata was feeding child Nimai and was looking carefully at the bottom of his feet and saw the same marks. So, she called Jagannath Mishra and said, look, it's the same marks. So they called Nilambar Chakravarti, who was a great astrologer, and he said, yes, this child is a great personality who will spread Vaishnav Dharma throughout the world. So they could understand that their child was not ordinary. So these Balya Leela are there. Of course, there are other Leela and other rasas, which we're going to be hearing about one after another as we continue to go through these chapters. But the devotees of the Lord are very much attracted to these things. Machchita madgata prana, bodhayantas parasparam, katyantas chamam nityam, tushanti cha ramanti cha. Machchita, the devotees are always thinking of Krishna. And because they're always thinking of Krishna, madgata prana, they are devoting their activities to the service of Krishna. Bodhayantas Parasparam. They're enlightening each other about Krishna and his pastimes. And Tushanti Cha Ramanti Cha. And thus the devotees become satisfied and they become happy. So Swavas mentioned this morning that this is the end of the Katyayani Vrata. And Katyayani is a form of Durga. And some acharyas explained that Durga can be used to refer to either Mahamaya or Yoga Maya. But the gopis, during the time of Krishna's presence 5,000 years ago, they would worship the goddess Katyayani in this month of November, December that we've just gone through. Margashira, it's called. And during that month, they would fast, and they would eat only khichdi, a simple khichdi made of just dal beans and rice with no spice. So they would bathe each morning in the Yamuna River, and then they would form out of the sand of the Yamuna River a murti of Katyayani, and they would worship Katyayani, praying that they get, they were praying, please goddess, give me the son of Nanda Maharaj as my husband. Now normally, devotees don't worship demigods. Antavatu palante sham tadbhavati alpamedasam. Only people with lesser intelligence approach the demigods for their benedictions, which are all temporary and material. But, Srila Prabhupada mentions that it is okay in some circumstances that devotees pray to a demigod for advancement and, for something that's related to Krishna. So in this case, the gopis were performing this Katyayani Vrata, which ends today, I think we heard. So they were doing that, and they did get their desire to have their loving relationship with Krishna fulfilled. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Went a little over time.